Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Resellers Pulse. Um, First thing I'd like to say, this is basic buying and reselling, nothing more, nothing less. There's no bright, shiny lights, no flashing strobes, no magical rainbows, and no pot at the end of the, no golden pot at the end of the rainbow. So where we make our money is on our way over it. So there's nothing magical about what we do. Um, the show's just about buying and reselling. Nothing more, nothing less. And we're competing tonight with a couple other shows. So if you're out to spend some money, go watch them. If you're out to make some money, stick around.
We're also
um,
also competing with the best show on TV, American Pickers.
oh, is that American Pickers is on Wednesday night now?
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody told me some crazy show. Sharknado or Shark Tornado or something like
I
that.
haven't seen one yet, but
I haven't either. I didn't even know what
I
it
believe
was.
there's three, so I don't know.
I had to ask, and I'm like, what is?
Yeah, all you have to do is go to Boston. Sharknado all over the place. Great white sharks everywhere.
But right on. Thanks everybody for coming tonight. We have Pinching Pesos. I was talking with her earlier, and she brought up a lot of really good things about, like on YouTube and Facebook groups, people being not seeing the big picture, not seeing the, I guess, not reading between the lines, right?
Yeah, having unrealistic expectations based off of, like, they just pick out little things and then they put together something and it's really not accurate or even attainable. You know, just having unrealistic expectations of what business and what you can attain in your business.
Yeah, and I think it's real important. And a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about when we're trying to, because we're starting. I know Kim and we're starting this reselling 101 series. Okay, it's not a paid course. It's nothing like that. It's just a series Kim and I are going to be starting. I mean, we're talking getting back to the basics. I'm talking basics. If somebody's like comes to YouTube or comes to a Facebook group and wants to know, how do I get into this reselling, and we're going to concentrate on eBay. Don't recommend any new person coming in and just jumping into Amazon. I don't think you'll make it too long. I think that eBay is a really good place to start if you're wanting to go into Amazon, but Amazon's not the end-all, be-all for reselling. I don't do it. I know Ronnie does both now. Ronnie's actually stepped his game up to include Amazon, but he didn't cut off his eBay. And I know Deb was doing Amazon and isn't doing it so much anymore, right?
No, I'm probably 10% Amazon.
And Square Deal guy, he was mostly eBay, but he's getting into Amazon, right?
Yeah, mostly like I'm trying.
Damn, we lost him.
Oh no, he's trying really hard.
Rudy, Rudy, where are you at? eBay/Amazon?
I'm probably 98% eBay, 2% Amazon.
Yeah.
I do merchant fulfilled only because I just don't have the time to get out to the stores and scan stuff all day. I just can't do it. I work a full-time job, so it's hard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a little bit here and there, but I do mostly, Amazon is good for me for video games. And that's mostly what I use it for.
And to be honest, a lot of people, why aren't you doing Amazon? You're leaving money on the table if you're not doing Amazon. Because if I wasn't selling a lot of my stuff to fellow resellers, I probably would consider more Amazon. But as of right now, and I think that Amazon, with me, vintage electronics might be a good way to go. But also with Amazon, people talk about eBay and how shitty it is, but you have some high dollar returns on Amazon, don't you, Ronnie?
On Amazon?
Yeah, like there's one person particularly that I know, me and you both know, that, I mean, he had some, I mean, when you sell, something sells on eBay for $200 and on Amazon it sells for $600 brand new in the package that you just can't find anywhere. and you can return it for any reason, this $600 item now is worth, the eBay 200, and you have to give the money back. And he went through a lot of them. Remember that?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, I don't want to throw his name out there, but
Well, no, I don't know what you're saying exactly.
He was talking about the return rates on Amazon being really expensive.
Oh, okay. Got it.
yeah, you may get a lot more money on your Amazon stuff, but man, you can sure dwindle your Amazon paycheck out by those returns. So
somebody recently was talking about that they were selling in the box sealed vintage video games. And they were getting jacked. The people were opening them and then returning them, and I mean, they totally lost their value. They don't have that value anymore that they had when they were new, sealed in the box, from 1990 video game,
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
I had one of those actually this week.
Okay. What were we on? What was I on? Yeah, I see Michael Pierce here. He does a lot of Amazon, and he does a lot of video games. So his return rate is very low. And I think video games might be okay when you start getting into these like business card scanners. That you just can't find. I mean, and we're talking they're big money on Amazon.
That's what I found today.
Yeah, it's old.
I have one. Wait, I got one in here.
Yeah, but it's old school technology. I mean, like it's built for like Windows 95, and you can't use it on a new computer.
Well, you
and they did it.
You have to download the right what are they called?
They need the right drivers, and actually, you can contact Dymo because they're the ones that have taken over the support for them, and they'll give you all of the new updates. They'll give you everything.
Yeah, tell that to your customer. I know that.
I know, but they don't. Yeah, they don't play nice.
They don't
care. I have one right here.
All they know is it doesn't work.
Guys, it's easier to go backwards than forwards. Definitely, in the high-tech industry, easier to go backwards than forwards.
Yep.
If you're selling something for a 98 compatible, in fact, I picked one up, a mouse that's. Let me show you this shit.
Just to touch back on the video games.
So here's a mouse. Sorry, Reddy. Here's a freaking mouse that's compatible with a 98 compatible computer, and it sells for like $20. So whatever you pick it up for, that's great if you make some money.
Yeah.
I did.
Rudy?
Sorry,
No,
Rudy.
what I'm saying is I think it's a different type of market, video games, because there's a lot of true collectors out there. When they're buying something rare and they don't have it, they want to keep it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Ronnie?
I saw one of those credit card scanners today for $300. I have
money in the bank, man.
I've yet to have any real returns on Amazon. I've had like a few here and there, but they've been small returns, and I sell mostly what I sell on Amazon is probably $50+. Even most of my stuff is over $100. I try to focus on bigger things for the most part. I mean, I only have less than 200 things on Amazon. I sell over 5,000 a month.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a large percentage.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. So we all hit the thrift store, right? Like, say if you had to go to one thrift store per day, what is your outtake that you're happy with?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, how do you configure what when you're done for the day? Like, what are you happy with?
Rudy?
I don't know. I mean, like,
out there, but kind of out there, but
not just thrift stores, but like if I left on a Saturday to go out and I was hitting garage sales, if I had like $500 profit by like 11:30 in the morning, I feel like I could just go home for the rest of the day.
there you go.
Chances are I won't, but there are some days where I'm like, you know what, man, I got $500 right now. I'm gonna go home and do something else or whatever the case may be. Thrift stores, obviously, I don't know. It depends on how long I'm out throughout the day. I mean, if I'm out all day,
Well, now
I would
you
love
work.
to have.
You work.
I know, but I'm saying if I spent a full day,
Yeah.
I would love to have $700, $800, $1,000 in profit.
Holy shit.
But I'm talking all day, hitting store after store.
Yeah. All day.
That's really high.
See, I don't agree.
But that's all day. That's what Ronnie does in a day.
Exactly. I do it too. If I'm out all day and I'm hitting stores after store,
I think I could do that too in a day. In an entire day, I think I could do that.
I agree. I went out before for an hour. I had like $400.
I think so.
But I got lucky. It was just I was on a pay streak. I was just in a good store, and they put a lot of good different stuff out, and money to be made.
No, I think I agree with that. I mean, in an entire day, like one day, because that's the thing I'm like having trouble with is like, with my new situation, it's like I'm full time. How do I break it up? Do I go and source for an entire day, or half a day and list half a day? And that's what I'm dealing with right now. And right now, it's like I don't know. It's like it's mixed. It's mixed.
Yeah,
Doing a half and half was kind of like my goal when I implemented my new sourcing thing. I was like, that was my goal of what I wanted to do. Was I wanted to go out in the morning, just for like 3 or 4 hours, hit as many stores as I could in that time frame, and then come home and start listing the stuff. It hasn't worked out that way, but that is the master goal.
Yeah. Cool. Well, how many items do you get, Deb?
I keep stepping on everybody.
You might get. I might get in a 4-hour time frame. I could probably get a whole trunk full of stuff. So, and a back seat. So
Okay,
I mean, it's a lot. It's too much stuff, but yeah.
Enough to list in it one day or more?
It would take me a lot more time to list that much stuff, because that's what happened when I went sourcing on the first. I hit like 4 stores, and then I had 5 days worth of stuff to list.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to. Well, I'm sorry, Chad wants to chime in. Go, Chad.
No, I said I was stepping on everybody.
Go for it. Bud.
Gotta raise your hand. You want to jump?
No, I was just saying, and everybody's kind of different than us, I guess, because when we go out, if you're talking thrift stores, we make our rounds, and whatever we get. Okay, they're saying we have an echo, guys.
Who?
The viewers are saying we have an echo.
I had heard an echo at one point. There is an echo.
Where's it coming from?
Echo. Somebody. No.
Okay, let us know if it gets any better, guys. We apologize for it.
It's just a minor one. It's not massively distracting.
Well, that's the last thing we need to worry about, competing with 2 other shows tonight. Holy.
Oh my goodness!
Ron, let me ask you a question. If you're out all day, 8 a.m. to 5, and you had a decent day, what do you think you got in profits?
All right, decent day. I will hit stores open at 9, stores close about 10 here, some of the savers. I will go out and hit as many stores in one day, but I go on only once, maybe every 2 weeks or once every week. I will hit 10 to 12 stores, and I want to see at least $1,000 profit. Most of the time, I'm over that. Most of the time, I'm close to 2,000 to 3,000. But I spend also a lot of money too. But I'm spending all my money for the week or 2 weeks, except for yard sales, all right then and there, And then it's got to get the inventory while you can get it. The battery probably $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably 8 times.
For me, I don't gauge it like that. You know what I mean? I don't say, all right, well, I got to make $1,000 today. If I have a good day, I have a good day. If I don't have a good day, it is what it is. But you always want to try and do the best you can. But I don't gauge it like that.
So I just no. I think it's just how I program myself, and it's no different with yard sales. I just wanna, you know what I mean? It has to be worth your time. I think if you're gonna spend 10, 12 hours out all day, you want to see a decent enough return to where you're going, okay, it was worth going out today. It was worth the gas in my car. It was worth my time.
Sure.
Did I get some home run stuff that's gonna, make back, big chunks of my money I spent for the day? And that's how I look at it. I mean, we all look at it different ways. There's no right, there's no wrong.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Speaking of that, what we're going to be saying here with what Deb's going to talk about and what we're going to be talking about, it's almost kind of hard. It's almost like when we're going to be talking about something, there's going to be things that we say that will make it sound things like what we think not to do. It's going to make it sound like we're talking about somebody else, but that's not the point. If somebody fits the mold, it's not our fault. I'm just saying what, without stepping on a bunch of people's toes, where there's points that we're going to be trying to make, we're just trying to get people to understand, like, the real picture of what you're seeing in front of you, okay? Let us know when you're ready, Deb. If you guys come to YouTube to learn, and YouTube's a really good place to learn how to sell on eBay, learn how to sell on Amazon, Etsy, you name it. YouTube is my place to go when I want to learn something. But don't just take what you see and no, Square, we cannot see you. Don't take what you see or hear as gospel without doing some homework on your own. Okay, Deb's going to talk about this a little bit and what she has done to try to really make herself more transparent. And I will talk about what I'm doing, which I don't feel I need to be as transparent because but Deb, just go ahead. Tell us what you're doing and why you're doing it and what you're seeing happening.
Okay, well, I do a sales video, a sales update video every week. I try to do them on Tuesdays, and I talk about, everything that's sold the week prior. And I also do haul videos, but I don't do every single item that I buy. Like, I haven't done one, and I bought stuff, 5 times now. And in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I think it's the last 2 weeks, I started actually including a spreadsheet that I bought. I had bought the Easy Auction Tracker, and it actually pulls all of your information off of eBay. And so it pulls your fees, it pulls the PayPal fees, it pulls the shipping that the buyer paid for and the shipping that you paid, so it has the differentials. And all you have to do is put in your actual cost of the item, and it gives you your full and complete kind of breakdown of what you profited off of your item. And so I started including that in my videos, just kind of showing what the actual nitty-gritty kind of profit results were from what I was selling. And I wanted to start doing that because I'm not some kind of YouTube, success or whatever, but I do have a lot of followers. I'm coming up on 2,000 subscribers, and I guess I just didn't want to paint a picture that, people kind of see me as being successful because I put out kind of the home run items that I buy, and I'll have, my sales I had $900 in sales this week, woo! But when it all breaks down at the end, it's $500 or whatever, or $300, and I just didn't want it to be like, how when people always ask when you put out your numbers and they'll go, well, what did you really make? Well, yeah. I don't think I can get any more clear, than the actual net profit on everything that I have, after fees and everything. That's what I really made. That's what I made this week. And some weeks it's $200, and some weeks it's $600 profit. But I'm still only part-time. I don't put in 40 hours a week doing this. I, do 20 hours a week, but I kind of just really wanted it to show, like, okay, this is what it really is. And I think a lot of YouTube and Facebook groups that you're really only posting your home runs, it doesn't really show the clear picture of what you're really making in the end. And I think it's kind of unrealistic at sometimes that people have these expectations of what eBay is going to provide for them that they can't really,
Right. Well, I think a lot comes down to the individual that you're seeing on that camera. Like you, Deb, okay, and I like to say, like me, like Ronnie, like, Rudy, Square. What's your intent? What's your end game? Are you saying, oh, I got this home run, and this is how you do it? We're not doing it to brag. It's like, this is what it is, okay? We're not trying to fluff anything. It is what it is. We're not making it out to be anything more than what it is or less than what it is. And I agree with you, Deb. And a lot of people say, I'm tired of seeing these numbers. I'm tired of seeing these numbers. Well, I think a lot, for me, I'll say for me, I feel it's important for me if I'm going to do haul videos, okay, I'm showing haul videos, I think I'm only kind of doing it halfway because anybody can show haul videos. And then I'm like, okay, we need to do final sales update videos. It lets people know this, if they follow me, that lets people know, see the stuff that we bought, we went out, we sourced it, and look, guys, this is what we bought. And if you think about it, guys, it's not just we're not tooting our own horn, because in the end game, we're selling this stuff, and it doesn't do us any good to film it and show everybody else. It's just we're not making any more money for it by doing that. But with we do the final sales update video, people can see, yeah, he bought that for $5 and he sold that for $55. Okay. Now Deb was talking about she takes that extra step and she shows the actual what she is putting in her pocket. I don't go that far, and I've said that, look, everybody knows the eBay fees, the PayPal fees, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Do the math. I mean, I'm not going to put that much time into it. And then a lot of the stuff I was showing were my home runs. So then I decided to make a video of our bread and butter. Look, this is what sustains us. This is what we sell every day type things. And I mean, you feel like you have this obligation to the people watching to really be real and show them. And it's not some big inflated bright bells and whistles, this is how you get rich quick type thing. This is us doing what we do. Yes, Ronnie?
I was going to say, give me a second. Okay, no, I got it now. I mean, I post numbers here and there about how I do, and I went as far to even make videos every month, and for a while there I did them weekly, to where I'd show you exactly what we sold, our eBay fees, PayPal fees, Amazon fees, warehouse, utilities, my mileage, whatever I paid for my business, to try to get to the accurate profit, running a business, and I've done it all that before, and some people are still jerks and morons and try to be mean and stuff like that, so it doesn't matter. I mean, people are going to do whatever they want, whatever they want.
Yeah, and somebody just made the comment, we make what we make and it's nobody's business. But
not if you're going to share.
I think with as much, and I'm going to use this word, and if you don't like bad words, I'm sorry, with all the fuckery that's going around, with all some dude that his name starts with an N and it ends in Pix, and they come on the scene and they're these big, huge sellers, and all you have is what they're saying, and when you say it's nobody's business, if you want to be credible, you've got to show show somebody something. I think that just comes with the game. I mean, anybody can come on and make all kinds of claims, and I can make a YouTube channel saying I'm going to teach you how to sell on eBay, but not show you that I sell on eBay. You're right. I could say, well, it's none of your business what I sell on eBay and how much I make, but if I want you to listen to me, or if I want to put myself out there, then I kind of have an obligation to say, look, this is how we're doing it, this is what we're doing, and especially if somebody's going to be paying me to show them how. If I'm going to be buying something, my due diligence is to find out if you're successful, if you're going to be teaching me how to be successful. And that's not a punch at anybody. That's just, I think, as from a buyer, that's your due diligence on, do your homework before you spend your money.
That's cool. What was
going around this community now where there's people that shouldn't even be selling on these platforms, but yet they're teaching people how to do it. I don't understand it, but people are falling for it.
That's all right. What was the topic tonight?
Buying and selling.
All right.
Nothing more, nothing less. That's the topic.
So it's just completely open on this one.
No specific topic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I just want to add. I just like to add one thing.
Go ahead.
When people, I whatever, I go out, you guys go out, whatever. If you guys show what you picked up that day or whatever the case may be, each individual spends whatever they feel is necessary on that specific item. Some may pay more than others. Even on my mood, some days I'm like, dude, I would never pay that much. And then if I'm not doing so well, you know what? Maybe I will spend the extra money just to double my money or triple my money. So I think, it all depends on the individual and what you're willing to spend for an item. Some people will spend $60 on a new jersey and sell it for $200. A lot of people wouldn't even go near that. So it all depends on the individual, what you're willing to pay.
Right.
I agree. I'm sorry, man. Jeez.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
I wanted to address this question before it went off the scroll.
Yeah, cool. Well, with what Rudy said just now, I went out today and I went to actually one thrift store, and I spent $100 to make about $400. And it was about like 13 items. So do I want to go out and head out to more stores? No, I want to go out and make sure I list those things. So I headed home, and I had an early day. It was a great day. Great day for making like $400 profit.
Yeah. I hear that.
Okay, let me hit this real quick.
The thing is, like, it's not about how many items or how much. It's just like whatever you're satisfied with on that day. I mean, some days I'm satisfied with way less. It's like whatever you get, you get.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, good day is a good day.
You got to shell out extra money. Sometimes you got to just shell it out. You're like, dude, I don't want to spend that much money, but if I can make this much off of it, I'll do it.
Well, I passed up some things too. I mean, I should have shown you guys the price tag for some St. John pants for $25. It's like, what the fuck? What the hell? St. John pants. But, they could have got 50, but what am I going to spend that for it? No. It's like, just, you got to go with whatever you get, man. It's the deal. Some days are better than others.
Yep.
Are you trying to change the topic on me?
No, I'm just like, it's like whatever. Your topic is whatever. Right?
I'll put it on there.
I mean, is that what you said? Your topic is like,
Yeah. Now I got to go up and find what he said so I can address it. Oh, good grief.
Dude, by the way, I saw another guy today at the thrift store that I had seen 2 days ago, and he recognized me. So there's like, I'm starting to make all kinds of connections in this town.
Oh, right on, right on.
No, but nice people, really nice people, really nice people.
Yep.
This guy
Reseller
was,
shenanigans. He says, in reality, what other industry are you judged by your 1099? If you're in a, if okay,
In sales.
if somebody is paying you or looking to you, or you need to have a resume. I mean, that's pretty much what it is in what we're doing. And our resume in reselling is pretty much showing that we are successful at what we do. If we want to be an authority in what we're spewing, that's my opinion. You know, people may not agree with it, but it's a matter of, you know, that's your way of backing up what you're saying. I mean, I'm not going to come out here and say that tell somebody how to sell vintage electronics if I've never sold one before. I'm not going to come on here and tell somebody I'm an Amazon professional when I've only done it for 6 months and I totally lost my ass. You
hey,
know?
Chad, I can officially say for myself, I am no authority on whatsoever.
But I just think your credibility in this,
Well,
as much
no,
as people
no.
don't like
The
it,
thing is, I have not proven shit for myself. So I am, you know, as far as me being proven as any kind of picker whatsoever, is not proven until I can make, you know, a decent amount of money to sustain myself. And I have not done that yet. I just started. So I cannot include myself in that club. You
well,
might be able
but you're not on here telling people, you're not on, you know, a platform telling people this is how you can do this. And
well,
I'm in no way
yeah,
talking about.
okay. Well, we're not that kind of people, right?
Well, no, I look at myself as a
I know what you are. I know what you are. I know what everybody else is. And we're just, you know, we are what we are. But we're not, I'm not an authority on shit. I'm just telling people that right now. I am not an authority on anything.
you know tools, so don't tell me you don't.
I know a lot of things, and I do. But the thing is, I'm not going to vouch that you can make a living off of it. That's the
Ron
one thing
Hart,
I'm saying.
what's your opinion, Ron? Do you
About
feel that if you're going to be if you're going to have a presence, that that's kind of your resume is what you do if you're going to be an authority of, you know, of anything?
I mean,
That's what I'm not.
let's just go back to the beginning. I made videos just because they were fun. A way for me to look back at my group. I've always talked about numbers in a lot of my videos. I mean, when I was doing $1,000, $2,000 on eBay, you know, it was just to say, hey, this is a nice, you know, side income you can have. It helped me with a lot of different bills I had. It helped me pay for the engine for my truck at one time when my engine blew and I had to rent a car for a month. You know, but at some point, I grew out of it and said, okay, if I want to get out of working in a kitchen 80 hours a week and really want to have a better life, I decided to work for myself. But I document that through my videos, and I always have, and kind of like always just showed the way I talked about getting suspended from Amazon. And, you know, I don't hide nothing, never have, never will. I'm the most honest person here. I mean, well, you know, I have an issue with somebody, you know about it, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, I I just keep going back to like Kim and I is going to be doing this reselling 101 series. I just don't see how I could possibly even attempt to pull that off without developing some type of I don't know, decent reputation. Um, you know, and expect people to, when we're saying, look, this is what you can do, why would I even expect anybody to take anything I'm saying without seeing my past, what we've done, and have shown what we've done? I just think it lends to credibility. Sure, nobody has to say or show or do anything, but I think if you're going to have credibility, then because there's so many, hate to use your name, shenanigans going on out there, it's just almost you have to prove yourself to be, you know, and it's kind of sad that it's that way, but with anything else.
But proves yourself to be what?
Credible.
I think he's, yeah, I think
Credible.
he's saying credible.
Credible is what? What is credible?
Well, I can tell you what's not credible. We can throw out some names, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, he's not saying that.
No, I'm asking what is credible.
Oh shit.
Ronnie, what's credible?
Credible is.
I know what it is, but I'm not.
You leave me to say. I mean, credible is just showing that you're transparent in your business, and you know, you're here to help, and you're not here with your hand out. You know, saying, "Hey, yeah, I'll help you, but what is it in for me?" You know, I've helped a lot of people. I constantly try to help people. You know, I find it fun. I mean, people helped me when I started. You know, there was a lot of people, you know, that helped me. So,
well, that's an ideology.
A what?
Okay, that's an ideology.
Someone kicked him out.
And there's no
What is credibility versus ideology?
Ronnie, dang man, I'm feeling the heat here tonight.
Oh shit! Get Kim in here. Kim can like pull up a freaking dictionary for you. All right, so what is credibility versus ideology?
I think credibility, and don't get me wrong, I think you can have somebody that's credible that actually sells a service or sells a product or something like that. Right. Okay, that's not what we're saying. I think credibility is just a proven track record that can be looked at, or you know, and you can tell so much from a person just by watching them and listening to them. And Deb, what do you think?
I think being credible, and I think that's why I do my videos the way that I do them, is because I have a platform. Doing YouTube and being on Facebook, having groups and things like that is a platform, and people can make their judgments or their opinions on you, and some people will actually put a lot of confidence in you and the things that you say. And if you don't have credibility, you really don't have that reliability to back up the statements that you're making. And so, unfortunately, yeah, there are people that are going to listen to the things that you say without finding out if you're actually even worth listening to beforehand. And I guess the reason why I go so deep in the videos that I do is because I really just kind of want to show what I keep saying, behind the screens, kind of behind, and really kind of what happens and what it's like to be a reseller, and the information that I know and the experience that I have. But I'll tell you all the time that I might just be talking out of my ass and I don't know what I'm talking about at all. You know what I mean? And so, but I want people to kind of, I would hate for someone to take something that I said and make a really bad decision with it, or to see something and go, okay, you said buy these things, so I bought 1,000 of them and now I'm going bankrupt. You know what I mean? So I really kind of, I like to show the ends of everything. I think just to kind of go, okay, yeah, this sold for $60, but it cost me, you know, 10, and it had all of these fees and all of that, and when it was all said and done, I came out with $20. And you know, don't rely so much on the high number.
Yeah, let me ask you one thing. You know, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but for what you're doing and the amount of work that you're putting in to get all these specific details out there for people, do you earn a fee from that from anybody?
No.
Okay, so you're doing that out of the kindness of your heart.
Yeah, I do it because I think it's helpful.
Exactly, and that's my point. I think this resale game as an entirety, helping other people, doing stuff out of the kindness of your heart, I think the YouTube community in general has completely steered itself off track with resellers. Because when I first got here, it was people honestly trying to help people, all right, you know what, dude, this is how you do it. This is how you ship that. This is how you ship that. And it went from that to, how can I make money on other resellers? That's just my opinion. That's the way I've seen this market tend to go. And it just, I don't know, man. I'm on your side, and I think if you're doing it and you're helping people and it's a nice thing to do and you're doing it out of kindness of your heart, I think that's great.
Well, and also I think people look at that and they say, nah, there's nah, they wouldn't just do it out of the kind of, there's something in it for them, you know. And I was just talking today. I was really happy and excited today that I got my Google AdSense check. People might say, well, he's not doing it for free. He's actually making money off his YouTube videos. Yes, I am making. That was not our intention at all when we first started. It was not. And I was really excited about it today, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. So, you know, ultimately to say, you know, what are you getting out of it? Yeah, I am getting some YouTube money, but ultimately there's a reason why I'm getting that, is because people continue to come back and watch. So the word credible isn't something I can call myself. That almost has to come from somebody else. You know, that's a name, a title given to somebody or earned by their peers, that yes, he is credible. I can't sit here and say I'm credible, you know, but Deb can say Ronnie's a credible person, or, you know, Rudy. It's a title given, just like gurus, self-named gurus. Man, I ain't got nothing. But
Well, I think this is why I was even on the show today, because I was talking to Chad about that I had thought about making a video, because I had started seeing that sellers that were coming in new were having expectations that were too high. And I almost think it's from YouTube and Facebook really only showing the high end of things. It's relatable to like how when The Biggest Loser came out, for some reason with that kind of weight loss thing that they were promoting on there, people got this idea that they were supposed to be losing like 10 pounds a week. So they had these super high expectations that they were going to be a supermodel in like 3 months. And it's not realistic. It's not something attainable. It's not something that you're going to be doing, on your own like that. And kind of with reselling, it can be the same way, where you keep seeing people over and over again talking about, I'm making $20,000 and I'm doing this and that. And yeah, people can do that, but it's not something that you just take off running with. And you have to build, and you have to, kind of be realistic with your business and not set yourself up for failure, or not go quitting your job tomorrow because you're going to be an eBay millionaire next week, That's why I try to be transparent. I just think that it's important to, go, this is realistic what I do in my little tiny world,
Hey, Deb, you know what? It's funny because I was just talking to some guy today who I just saw. I mean, I just moved back to San Diego, and so I'm just rediscovering all the thrift stores and stuff. And so there's this guy that I saw yesterday or maybe the day before at one of the other thrift stores, and his name was Brett. And it was just, we kind of met because we're both looking through shirts. Obviously, we're both pickers. And, he actually broke the ice by saying, like, oh, is it me or all these look overpriced? And I was like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And we started talking about the thrift stores and such, and I saw him again today. 2 days later, I saw him today, and we had a great time today, actually, just talking, and we were picking together almost. And you think that there's like one store, and you're like, oh man, there's only one for all of us. It's like, oh my God, there's so much stuff for everybody, and we were picking together almost, and like Brett and I were talking, and but the thing is, like, there's a lot of these people in this city that I'm gonna have to meet that pick, and it's not even the guy that I met the other day. I was telling Chad and those guys about the other day. Some guy actually noticed me from Pickers Church. It's like embarrassing as shit, but it just happens. But it was, I don't know. I might have got off track, but it was kind of interesting. There's plenty of stuff for everybody, I think.
A set of keys that were here for the house.
Do what?
I can't hear you.
Sorry, my phone's blowing up. Everybody's telling me that I shouldn't have did that, but yeah, you live and learn, I guess.
What do you mean?
Talking about AdSense. I didn't know. You live and learn. What do you guys in the chat want to see from the folks here on the panel here in the future? Kim and I are doing the Reselling 101. And is there anybody else out in the reselling community you want to see more of, and what do you want to see them do? So if you have an answer, just put, in quotes, answer, so we can catch it. Deb, what's in the plans for you?
For what? I'm sorry, I missed it. My daughter was asking me a question.
You got anything lined up?
What is 101 anyways?
You went to college.
No, you're 101. I mean, I never went to college for that.
101's always the basic,
Yeah,
like
well,
English
yours,
101. Huh?
Well, what the hell is your 101?
Oh, we're doing a Reselling 101, the basics for selling on eBay. It's going to be like a series.
What does that mean?
Well, it means we're going to be taking it from scratch.
Well, what is where do you go?
Okay, Mike, I appreciate it. Thank you. What?
I'm trying to tell you, bro. What is it?
Our Reselling 101 series is going to be the basics. If there's somebody that's coming that is thinking about getting into selling on eBay through thrifting, it's not going to be like retail arbitrage or anything like that. It's going to be strictly thrifting through garage sales, yard sales, thrift stores, estate sales, auctions, stuff like that. It's taking the items, going out, sourcing them, finding your items, bringing them home, doing the things you need to do to them, whether it be test them, clean them. It's going to be a series of getting it listed. We're going to show how to list stuff. We're going to show what to do, what not to do when it comes to listing, and what you can do to be competitive in all the things that we talk about all the time, over and over and over again. Hopefully, there'll be a nice series that people will be able to come to and see it. And we're excited about it. Kim's excited about it. And to get her excited about this stuff, I'm happy.
All right. Well, is there a charge? Is there a monetary involvement in this, or?
No, it's absolutely free.
$1.01.
This is free. This is free information.
Yeah, it's free information.
Well, that's it. This is freaking awesome. That's great.
We have no.
Say that. It's like it's free, man.
Well, I don't have a problem with paid content, but I don't think it should be. We're not going to do it here. So.
Well, I mean, there you hear it.
But I don't want to say it's free, saying it in a way that means that we don't agree with paid. So that's not why.
No, it's just it's out there, and that's out of the good of your heart, and that's always the way you guys are. The Pagels rule, by the way. But they're great people. I like them. I hang out with Pagels.
Yeah.
Bah.
Ronnie, what's your plans coming up when it comes to reselling?
Try to find a good balance between eBay and Amazon, and just try to grow as much as I can. That's it.
Rudy?
No set plans. Just gonna continue to stay on course and resell and make money. That's all. Doing what I'm doing, man.
Right on. Square. Man, how's it been going? You know, you've got moved in and, you know, you're doing the basics, right? You're going out.
You all know what I'm up to. My friends know what I'm up to. Ronnie stalks me, so he keeps.
I don't stalk you. I just, you know, you say
No, I appreciate everything you do because Ronnie told me I had a fucking fake. So yeah, I had a bad jersey, and Ronnie called me out on it. No, man, you know what? My buddies keep me in check. Ronnie keeps me in check. Like, I know if I don't get my 20 items in check, he's going to call me on it. So, I know he looks every day. You do. I know you do. And
Yeah.
it's funny. But you know what the thing is, man? It's not so easy. You have to spend money to make money. And I'm definitely not really in the black right now. I gotta make some money, definitely. So I'm doing my best.
Has anybody found any awesome awesome finds this week?
Oh shit, yeah.
I did.
Show us something. Show us something.
Oh yeah.
It's in the living room. I have to go get it.
Go
Oh, no,
ahead.
it's right here.
No, I don't know. I mean, all right.
Okay, well,
It's
there you
a
go.
German backpack called Scout, and it has Joy the fantasy horse on it. Anyway, they sell for what I could find from my research. They're about $150.
Wow.
Right on.
They're pretty rare, but I need to do some more research on the actual like German eBay. It's probably where I could find some more info, because the only ones I was finding was from Italy. But they're a German brand. But this one, I didn't find one of it, so pretty neat.
Right on.
$5.
Very nice.
Very good.
Take a
We hit the
fair
100 mark. Thanks everybody for coming tonight. If you like what we're talking about and all that, please hit the like button. It just lets us know that we're doing something halfway decent, and we appreciate it. Here is my, speaking of toys, that does say Mego. This is a 1975
No shit.
Star Trek Enterprise. It's the bridge.
That's cool.
Oops,
Is there any mold on that?
chair falling over here. Captain Kirk's chair. And this is the you know, where you put them in there and you take them out and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Wow, neat, man.
See, that's the kind of stuff you're just not gonna find doing retail arbitrage.
No.
Getting depends. You
But
know.
does
you're just
anybody
not
see what's
gonna-
missing on my shelf right there that I had to put this in there? I've had like a few offers on this already and I haven't taken them. Does everybody know what was sitting there in that spot that's gone now?
I don't think any of us care.
Of course you don't, Ronnie. The Charlie's Angels van. Ronnie, you have anything that you found this week?
I
Next
found
to you?
the bag, I guess I can show the bag.
I love your radio back there, by the way. That's where it needs to be.
I found this 35-inch duffel bag wheel. It's by Orbit. We found one last week, listed it. I paid, I don't know, I must have paid $45 for it last week, but it was with a Bose headset and something else. I paid $45 for mine. This one is $54. I sold the other one already for $227, and what else to ship it, and got this one to sell now. They're about, I think they're just under $500 on the website, Orbit's website.
Right on. Right on.
That's all I got, Bo.
What is it?
That's a Jaws.
Trying to remember what I did with is it a book or a game or what?
No, it's a model.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's the name of the model, Adler or whatever. So it's a model. It's got all the pieces in there. But the thing is, I'll never sell it.
I had a Jaws cookie jar one time, and when you opened up the mouth to put your hand in, it played the dana 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 dana.
Cool. Yeah, one of my favorite movies, so I'll never sell this.
Aren't they remaking it? Aren't they redoing it, or no? Like, I thought they were doing something. What were they doing lately? Did I just make that up? I dreamed it, didn't I?
That was
Yeah.
Sharknado.
That'd be even cool.
I'll show you what I found last week. I didn't really find anything, nothing too spectacular, but...
Yeah, we see the stuff that he finds. He finds stuff spectacular all the time.
That's not true. I found this receiver.
Wow.
Techniques. It goes for, I don't know, several hundred, so... Paid $12 for it.
Yeah, and that's another thing, Rudy. You want to talk about that? I mean, a lot of times the technique stuff is like cheap, like just low quality stuff.
Yeah. This specific model, it's like, I think, late 80s. And it's really, really high quality. Like once you crank the volume knob to like halfway, it has a built-in fan that turns on. You can hear it like turning on. It's pretty cool. But it's a rare piece.
Right on, right on, right on.
very nice.
You have it listed yet?
No.
You gonna send that into Amazon?
Heck no.
No.
Nah.
Deb, where'd you go?
I was trying to find something cool to show, but you know, I'm just surrounded by crap. I'm like looking, I'm like, nope, that's not cool. Nope, that's not cool either. Like,
Do you wanna, is there anything else you want to talk about? Expectations when somebody comes to YouTube or these Facebook groups?
I just think it's really important for people to be realistic. You know, in the numbers that they're trying to, things that they're trying to have, and the products that they're trying to buy. There's so many different elements involved in that, whether it's where you're located, what's available to you, what products you can source, to how much capital you actually have to buy things, to how much time you have available. I mean, there's just so many different aspects of it all. Your business is your business. Somebody else's business is their business. Don't try to make your business somebody else's, and vice versa. You know.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own weaknesses and capabilities, and you know, that's all I'm saying. Like, just don't take anybody's word for it. I just get so worried about, you know, people seeing, oh, this is an awesome bolo, and then they don't really like research it at all. They just run out and buy it. And I mean, I know that's ignorant. You're not responsible for other people's, you know, ignorant actions, but I mean, that's what newbies are. I mean, they really just they only have other people's word for it at that point, you know, to when you first get started.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Drops my butt.
Bam! Okay. Okay, sorry, I was busy.
So yeah, that's why recently I was actually going to start a new series, but I decided to shelf it just because I thought it was going to take too long. It was going to take up too much of my time from my actual business. But I was going to go and take $100, which is kind of a typical amount of money, and go sourcing just from only one location that's available to me. And it wasn't even like a good location. It's a really shitty location. And just kind of show where that $100 could roll, like what you could do with it. even if you had limited sourcing capabilities and kind of a limited starting amount of money. But after a while, I was like, this is just going to take too much time, to devote to this. So I kind of shelved it. But
that would be a really interesting thing to do.
I know, I thought so too. But
I think that's pretty cool.
I do want to say, I don't see anybody in our chat that I was like even making almost referrals to. So I wasn't talking about anybody here at the moment. Actually, they're probably running shows right now. So, yeah, I wasn't really saying anything about anybody in here in general. And when we're talking about, I was answering a lot of questions, but as far as anybody in here, no, there wasn't any. And my phone is blowing up. But yeah, I mean, guys, it is what it is. We're trying to be straight, and some people just don't agree with everything I say or do, and that's okay. We all have our different thing. I have my opinions, and everybody has theirs. But what's good about so many of these people that we deal with all the time is we can have different opinions and still like get along and work together and collaborate. And I know Deb and I's had disagreements. I know Square and I's had disagreements, but that doesn't mean that we can't work together. Yeah, so it's all good. There's not anybody that I have seen tonight in the chat that I would not talk with, or stuff like that. So we're all good.
We have never had disagreements.
I mean, I was just saying, I was using it as an example, Square.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, if anybody knew the disagreements we've had, it's like, oh my.
And we did get a little bit derailed.
All the time,
we're
and I can talk to them and tell them about it, and it's okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Chad and I are friends, and we agree on a whole lot of different levels on a lot of stuff that's not public.
Yeah, we just, guys, do you, and, it's just a point, of doing you. Do what's good for you. If you want to write a book, hey, write a book. Guess what? If the book, and I've said this a million times, or if you want to have a course, have a course. If you come on the scene and, after a couple months decide, hey, I want to, be a life coach, guess what? You're going to get called out for it just because our community is an untapped source, people think, and there were a bunch of hilljacks, and we fall for, the shenanigans out there. But, hopefully people who's been around can educate the new folks that haven't been, and might be able to steer them away from it.
Well, hey, Chad, there was that one guy who recognized me the other day. You want to talk about that?
Sure, go ahead, man.
Well, I know it's kind of interesting. Might be kind of embarrassing for some people. And so some dude, Ronnie's in on this. So I was at some thrift store, and some guy, while I was at the line checking out, I had a bag full of crap, and he was all like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" And I was like, "Hey, not too bad." And it was just, he started some conversation, but I swear to God, it sounded like it was a superior or a guy from the establishment, from the thrift store. It just seemed kind of like the way he introduced himself. Like, I thought I was busted on something. And it was like, oh, whoa. I was like, oh, God. But no, it was just some guy who saw me on the Pickers Church. and he was all like, "Yeah, I saw you on the Pictures Church," and I was like, "Okay," and so I'm checking out, and I have like a lot of stuff in some bags that I'm checking out with, and this guy's like, "Oh yeah, I just saw you," blah 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 blah. I was like kind of embarrassed at the point, and I didn't know how to feel about it, to be honest with you, and I ran it by these guys because Ronnie had been seen before and Chad a couple times, but me never. Good God, I'm just a square deal guy. I'm just some nobody, and it was just kind of funny, and just kind of interesting the way it happened. I played it out to you guys, and
Dr.
anyways.
Seuss, I don't know, man. There's that Sharknado again. It's like, what is that? But somebody asked a question. How much is paying too much for an Insta Polaroid camera? I just got this one today, and I don't know
I
if you
did
can see
too.
here.
I got the same one.
Yeah, this one says it just happened to say it was in the bargain box, and they circled works, yes, test date, and it was $3. And I opened it up and pulled out the film cartridge.
Oh,
Oops,
that's good.
put it in, and sure enough, it went through a cycle. So
Oh wait, I
yeah,
got a different one than
$3
you.
all the time,
40,
all the time.
$40.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, I paid
average for
$3.99.
around here.
How much?
$3.99.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good price. I wouldn't pay over $5 for one. I might pay like $6, but when I get three of them, I'll lot them up and sell them for $60. And that's just what I do.
There you
Wait till
go.
I get three and lot them up for 60.
Nice.
Yeah. And we have another question. What are some things you do to get your motivation back when you don't feel like working? Ronnie.
I never feel like working too much, but I mean, I don't know. It's summertime. This is actually the first year I get to enjoy summer, where I'm not helping anybody. I'm not working for somebody else. So I'm kind of enjoying it, probably a little more than I do, but and it's been a little slower. So being slower is kind of getting a little um, kind of like, just not in the mood sometimes to work. But you know, a lot of times it's just taking too much money out of my checking account, or money's not there for certain things, so puts me back to work.
Yeah. Um, Anybody else? That's a really good question. We as resellers and working for yourself, that could be a really bad thing. Is getting so depressed and so down to where you don't want to do anything, because if we're not listing, guys, if we're not out there sourcing and listing or packing your stuff up to send into Amazon, then your business is going to suffer for it. There is no doubt about it. And what can you do to snap out of it? What I do, and it does happen. Typically, like if I'm down and I'm like, I'm not going to do anything today. Later that night, I'm like, okay, I've got to snap out of it, get up early, and just hit it and make yourself do it. And then once you start doing it, it's almost like magic. You're back in your swing again. And I know Ronnie was around when I went through. I mean, oh my gosh, my wife's dad died, and then her grandpa died, and I had a death, and it was just, remember that, Ronnie? I mean, it was bad.
Yeah.
And Ronnie was, if you have somebody to also hold you accountable, that's a really good thing.
I think it's important to remember why you're doing your business. It's really easy to get very relaxed in your business and complacent and just oh, I don't feel like listing today, I don't feel like sourcing today, or I don't feel like taking pictures today, and you get really caught up in that I don't feel like it of business, and then you turn around and you're not making any money because, well, you haven't been listing anything, you haven't been doing anything. I suffered with that for quite a while, and I had to really sit back and reevaluate why I was doing the business to begin with. Because I wanted the flexibility. I have obligations that I need to be available during the day at spontaneous times or on random days that I wouldn't be able to do if I had a full-time job. I wanted to have control over when and where I was doing stuff, and you know, those types of aspects kind of can get you back centered, and you know, when you find your reasons of why you're doing it and what the consequence is if you don't do it, you know, what do you got to do? You got to go get a regular job and go work for somebody else who tells you what to do and that you can only take a 15-minute break and get off of the phone and all this other BS that goes along with having a regular job. You know, when you really start looking at the consequences of not getting your crap together at some point, the other side of it doesn't look so good, you know. I just recently went through, you know, going through all of my back stock. I spent 2 months listing crap. I mean, just the worst, shittiest products. But I didn't want to, like, donate it and get rid of them. I needed the capital back, you know. So I sat there for 7 weeks listing 200 plus little tiny smalls, you know, $10 items or whatever. But I got through it, and it actually made me a stronger reseller in that now I'm more picky about what I buy. I don't go out and buy some crap because I'm sitting there going, I don't even want to deal with this. I don't want to take the time to list this, and I don't want to get stuck like I was, you know, with hundreds of items of back stock and the I don't feel like it attitude.
Holy cow. I'm sorry to break in. Square.
Yeah.
You know, you were talking about somebody that saw you in the store?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just got a message from him.
No shit. No way. No
Dude,
way.
it's Dan at More Old Stuff.
Dan. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Dan. All right.
Yeah.
Been in the
Right
crowd
on.
the whole night.
What about it?
From the Collector's Catacomb. That's who it was that saw you in the store. Good guy, man. If you guys don't know Dan.
But that's his wife, right? So that's his wife, because he said his wife doesn't, like, his wife is involved in the Facebook groups, but he is not. So, you know, how does that work?
Yeah, he's also on the Collector's Catacomb show.
Dan is?
Dan is, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I'm just.
Hey, it's a big world out there.
But,
yeah.
you know, such a nice guy. We had a great time.
Right on. Right on.
You know, it's like, it's cool.
Let's see.
You found better stuff than I did.
Kim Fatlin says, Chad, for your 101, most people who start selling have low funds, maybe $20 a month, kind of like Deb's idea. And I was talking to Kim and I were talking today about how, you know, we're going to do this series, and she is going to. We actually made a video today, and I hadn't uploaded it yet, but in that video we're talking about it, the $20 challenge, and it's taking $20, and Kim's going to do this. She's going to do the $20 and turn that $20 into as much as she can, and we're going to track her progress during the series. So it's actually taken, you know, and there's nothing wrong with not having a lot of money to start out with. So many people are in that position to where you could start with $20 and literally turn it into $1,000.
You could also start with just getting stuff around your house that you're not
Sure.
using.
Yeah.
You can, but you must sell before you buy. You know, so I mean, be realistic.
Well, of course you have to sell it before you buy. That's what it is.
Well, you know, but let's say you know, just make sure you're liquid.
Well, with $20, I mean, how liquid can you be?
Well, that's just it. I mean, if you're relying on $20, then you are relying on $20. You know.
Sure, sure.
Oh,
And that's how you
Yeah,
do it.
but
You take the
you're
$20.
not. Yeah, but I mean, you're not rich.
No, I'm not saying you're rich. What I'm saying, I think you're totally missing the whole thing. You take $20 and you go out and you buy stuff for $20. $20 worth of stuff or $10. Say you only found $10. You
Yes.
list it on eBay and turn that into, I don't know, $20, and then you still have that. It's just the making that $20 grow. That's what you want to do. You want to
That's
flip.
exactly what I was gonna do with the $100. I was gonna, basically just roll it and keep rolling it and roll it and roll it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. Yeah, if you can do that. But I mean, there's very few people that can actually do that.
Some people have to. Some people have no other choice.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some very
difficult, but it's
Yeah.
very difficult to take
Well, if you're talking, if you can't,
and not take anything out of that.
well, sure, but
I mean, that's hard.
if you can't, let's be realistic. If you can't take $20,
That's realistic.
I'm being realistic. If you can't take $20 and work with $20, then this isn't the business that you need to be in. I mean, if you can't work with $20, and I know what you're talking about, Square, and guess what?
Yeah, I
They
know.
ain't doing it no more either.
I know.
So
I think we should all do a $20 challenge.
Hands off on that.
Why don't you do a $20 challenge, challenge?
well,
Like,
that's what in our video today
That'd
we
be
were
cool.
talking
Let's do
about
it.
that,
Let's
and
do
Kim
it.
ended
like,
up.
let's see who wins.
Yeah, let's do one of those. That'd
Okay. I'll issue a $20 challenge,
Actually,
and
why don't
everybody
you
has
just put
the
a
video.
time frame on it? Like put a time frame on it, a month or 3 weeks or whatever.
Okay.
And just, take $20 and
Ronnie's lost.
don't
He's out of it.
cheat.
Well, Ronnie doesn't buy anything for $20.
You got one shirt.
No,
Like, I got one shirt.
no.
Ronnie's got a.
But it wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be hard to take $20, buy one really nice shirt, and sell it for $100, and then take that $100 and buy. You could kind of roll it pretty quickly if you had the right stuff.
Ronnie can.
I mean, if you only had $20, I would definitely either spend it at one or two places, either yard sales, or I would be going to the thrift store on that dollar day or half off day. I mean, get the most stuff you can for that money, and maybe even throw it up to auction if that's had to, flip it real quick, get rid of it, get more money, and just build on it. Look for stuff around your house. We all have stuff around our house that we're not using anymore.
God, I
Yeah,
agree.
Counting Guy just says, Chad, if you're going to do a series from the start, you should open up a new eBay account showing the seller limits and PayPal holding the money. We will talk about that, but I can't okay, this is kind of where I have to draw the line. We'll show people how to do it and stuff, but I can't do it to where it's going to cost me money, in the long run. And by creating a new account, I'm going to get less money for my items, okay? But that doesn't mean that they can't learn how to do it by us doing it, and Kim and I, we had already talked about, maybe starting a new eBay account to do it. And I saw a bunch of stuff today where eBay is shutting people down for adding new accounts.
No, they are not. You can have up to 80 eBay accounts. Don't spread that rumor.
No, I'm just saying I saw it, so I don't know for sure.
You don't even start. You can have up to 8 eBay accounts.
With
with
the
no
same
problem at
address
all.
and everything?
Yes, with no problem at all. You cannot
With
have
how many?
multiple
With
PayPal
how many?
accounts. Huh?
Right.
How many?
8.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, but you cannot have multiple PayPal accounts. You're only allowed one personal account and one business account, and that's it. So all the accounts have to be tied to the same PayPal. What people get in trouble for is trying to bypass the system, and they're setting up other things, and they're basically setting up ghost accounts because they got limited on their other account, and now they're trying to ghost it into another account. But you can have 8 legitimate accounts. Like, you know, if you want to have one account that only sells coffee cups and one account that sells, you know, clothes and one account that sells, you know, size J bras or whatever you want to do.
And counting guy, I'm not saying what you're saying. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. That would be an awesome idea, and that really is a good idea. But I got to draw. I'm not. If I'm not getting paid to do this stuff, I mean, if I was getting paid, or I wouldn't lose any money, and you know, it's like I can't affect my business because this stuff that we're buying, that we're spending that $20 on. I mean, that's our business. I'm not going to take less money for it because I have zero feedback, you know. But we will talk about that. You know, you may not get as much, and this is because you have zero feedback. This is what you can do to maybe put you in competition with people with the 1,000 feedbacks. I mean, so there's all kinds of things that we're going to attempt to try to help people, but
I set up a new account when I was going to do when I was going to do the $100 challenge. I set up a new account, but and then people started talking about, oh, well, what about the PayPal holds and what about this? When I'm like, look, you can only go so far, and then that's why I shelved it, because I was like, this is going to take entirely too much time away from my actual business that I need to make money on.
Yeah,
you know.
And I hope people understand that. I mean, you know, we can go so far, you know, and Mr. Sadie says Scavenger Life's doing a new account as a test. You know, I mean, at what point, if we are providing this stuff, you know, and all that, it's just some lines that we're not willing to, you know, and maybe that's just selfish, I guess, but nobody can expect it from us because they're not paying us to do it. So we're going to give a really big effort into doing this. So, and we're going to have, you know, we're going to do some collaborations with people also. And I'm hoping we'll have Deb and Ronnie and Square and anybody else that wants to come in during this 101 series, and you know, things that I know they're really good at. Who's somebody who's messed with a bunch of different types of printers and stuff like that. So we'll get somebody and they can talk about printers, you know, for your shipping labels. And there's different types of shipping labels. What's the difference between a thermal and an inkjet, and what's the best for your business? And you know, just it's going to be stuff like that.
You have a lot more patience than I do. I'm not very good at being basic like that. I always expect people to know a lot more than they do.
Well,
so
and
I'm
that's
good at breaking things down. So.
That's the thing. Do we want to? I don't know. Do we want to have
a? It's hard. It's hard to find that line. I know what you're going to, because I mean, I went through this whole thing. I talked about doing this series for a whole month, and then the other day went, yeah, I'm shelving that. You know, I'm just not. Because I mean, it's like and you're doing something totally different. You're going so far into it. I mean, just back to the basics is like.
Oh, did you just say it? Yeah, it is. It's back to basics, and that's when we started our channel. That's what we said we wanted to do. I mean, it's like, what good is, you know, helping somebody that is your peer? I mean, if we're gonna do this, why don't we do it to help people who need the help? You know what I'm saying? So why not?
Yeah, you're doing a back to basics. I was doing more of like a sourcing thing. I was trying to help people with sourcing when they complain about, oh, I only have one store, and oh, it never has anything good, or it's always picked over, or the price is too high, or whatever, and all of those excuses. Doing a back to basics series, man, that's gonna take a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. And Marianne, to join 101, they need to have a PayPal account and an eBay member. You know, and that's going to be the first thing. It's going to be a playlist in our videos. We're going to be putting out videos, and that's what it is. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be the first thing we're talking about. Look, for any of this stuff to work, folks, you need an eBay account and you need a PayPal account. If you don't have that, guess what? This is Basics 101. We're going to show you. So
that's good. You know, that's good though, because I wouldn't have even done that. I would have been like, oh, well, you should just know that already.
Well, to be honest with you, Deb, if I wanted to learn how to sell on Etsy, guess where I'm going? If I don't ask one of you guys, I'm going to go to YouTube and find out how to sell on Etsy.
Yeah.
And
oh, Speaking of that, Margaret was, Margaret, Texas Gal Treasures. Anyway, she's going to be on the show tomorrow, the Nay and Jay show, talking about Etsy. She's awesome. It's going to be good. If you want to learn about Etsy, that should be a good thing to watch.
Yeah, good point. At some point, there needs to be some personal responsibility taken by others. I love help, and I have learned a lot from all of you, but there are some people that just are never happy. Yeah, and you know, right? There is not a single thing that any of us are going to be able to teach, show, share, advise on that if you're not willing to do the work, you're not going to go anywhere with it. So take it for what it is. Yeah. So does anybody? We're at about an hour and a half, and we're so thankful that everybody came tonight, and we're wanting to keep things basic and talk real. And like I said at the beginning, there's no flashing lights here, guys. There's no rainbows. There's no promises made. There's no this is how you can make $1 million. It is what it is. We're all just normal people. We don't scream at you, tell you how great things are, and it's basic stuff, guys. It's buying and selling, nothing more, nothing less.
I think it's important to, there's ups and downs of all of it. I mean, I don't hide my sales when I come on and do a video and the sales were $140 that week. I don't sit there and try to pretend like they weren't and make something up. It sucked. That's just what it was. It goes up and down, but
Nose picker, you said poor Chad's going to be inundated with dumb questions. Guess what? That's why we're doing this, and they're not dumb questions. We just get a lot of people asking the basic questions. So
I can't do basic questions. I've always said that if you can't look it up, then you probably aren't good at doing research, and you have to be able to do research to do eBay.
Yeah. Anything to add, Square? Before I go feed my cat?
Just very, very wonderful show. I appreciate Deb, everybody. Ronnie, my boys, everybody. Hey, good show.
You're on, Ronnie.
Coming out with my eBay course.
You can't even say that with a straight face, dude.
It's one page.
I mean, people I have like a $5,000 eBay course. Pay me. I would come to your house for like a month. I would live with you. I would shop with you. I would teach you what to buy, what not to buy, how to list. We tell you how to do photographs. You better be cooking food, though. That's all I'm saying. You better be a good cook.
All right, guys. Hey, if you guys like what we talked about tonight, please hit the thumbs up. We have to offset those dislikes somehow, some way. So, no, we appreciate it, and let us know. Hit me up. Hit Ronnie up. Square, Deb, Rudy, New York Hustle. If there's anything you want to see, and yeah, Ronnie did grow his beard back. I just noticed that. Dude, you were clean shaven. Man.
That grows back fast, dude.
But
I don't have money for razor.
Oh, Ronnie, somebody says they'll buy your course, $5,000, stock jockey. Damn.
Dude, and so I was so surprised that no one called me Joe Dirt when they.
No, they did. They did earlier. They said, no. Who's the dude in the garage
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yes. So we will catch up, guys, and we're gonna let Joe Dirt close it out tonight.
What the hell, man? All right. Well, I guess I am Joe Dirt. So we'll see you at the next Dirt Tour. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and by the way, Ronnie, Friday night. If we tell him we're gonna do it, we got to do it.
What? No. Are we?
Stickers Church Friday night.
We can do it Sunday. I'll be here Sunday. I'm not going to New York.
Square, are you good with that?
I actually.
I'm good with whatever you guys do.
Okay.
Sunday. 5 minutes before anyway.
Oh, come on.
Sunday, 2 p.m. Central, folks, 3 p.m. Eastern. Look for the Pickers Church. It will either be on Ronnie's channel or my channel, one of the two. And we are going to work on this tomorrow, Ronnie, getting you set up. So we're going to see if we can get this done. Thanks, guys, and we will catch up. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thanks.
Love you.